top lane.
Alright, good day, Summoners. Welcome to the League of Legends International Collegiate Championship 2016 stage of live at, I believe, Taiwan, Taipei. And we'll be your shoutcasters for this day. I'm Asarai, and of course, here with me now is
Riku.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pretty exciting day one. I believe we don't have any more representative for
our
the Philippines.
Filipino team.
Yeah.
And
Sad to hear.
yeah, I know. It's their first run at the LICC. It is the first year of LICC anyway, but then I believe they did their best that they could. But then again, it's gonna be between our top 4 from Group A and Group B. I believe we're gonna have our first match. It's gonna be between Hong Kong versus Vietnam.
Yeah. So, all Asian teams.
All Asian. I was about to say Ladoy, but yeah. And all the playoffs are gonna be in a best of 3 series, and it's gonna be played at the 6.21
Yeah,
match.
IVE from Hong Kong and HUFI from Vietnam.
Yes, and for the second match, we're gonna have RP, which is gonna be from SG Singapore, and then HKC from China.
I thought it was like Hong Kong.
Me too,
campus.
actually.
So here is our standings for the LICC Group A. IVE standing on top with 4-0, HKC 3-1, TIP with 1-3. Sad to say about that one. NTU 1-3 as well, and UPH with 0-4.
Yes, and
Oh.
whoever wins this tournament. Okay, again for Group B, we're gonna see that RP and HUFI, HUFI, are the top 2 teams that will be moving on, and then NTNU, APU, and CU are better luck next split.
Yeah. So again, guys, just to keep you updated, the patch that will be playing for the LICC is 6.21.
Yeah, 6.21. Actually, I'm pretty excited looking into the LICC, mainly because they have to, again, I believe this has been reiterated since day 1 and day 2, and it's more like the balancing of your studies and then gaming. Because I'm really happy for LCL, because for the past few splits, it's mostly LCL after winning, after being the champions, it stops there. But because of LICC, it just opens a huge or different dimension, a huge opportunity for players to showcase their skills not only in a local level but also into an international level. And it's gonna be, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a complete honor facing Taiwan, Vietnam. I mean, even though you cannot get the chance to compete internationally because you're not part of either the pro gaming series, but college students are given that chance to compete internationally, and that's why I'm really happy of the growth of what LCL has become. And it was so happy that we just started casting when LCL premiered for the very first time in the Philippines.
Yeah, I can remember it was before with Gigi Java. Of course, he's not
Gigi Java
with us anymore, but he started it all off with the with LCL.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of wanted to put it. I think like some people like they're out in the college level, like if they wanted to pursue pro playing, and LCL going to LICC is definitely one of those, I think, like stepping stones for you to actually have a feel of what it is to compete in international, as well as get information, have more exposure on how to hone your craft.
Yeah, it's a good transition. If ever you're still studying and still want to pursue pro playing, LCL is definitely a good start. And once, if ever you have graduated already, maybe you still want to pursue, gaming as a professional career,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
you move to the pro gaming series. And the best part is, if you are in the LCL, you get to showcase your talents, and team organizations will scout you, and they could get you after LCL.
Yeah, and of course, there's the point wherein PGS here in the Philippines already has a pro player salary.
Yeah, the pro player salary, 15,000, I believe.
Yeah, so that's a lot of smackaroonies for you to
Macaroonies, really.
survive for a month.
That's true. That's true. And you're already pursuing your passion, doing what you love, and yeah, you get paid for it. So, I'm really happy for LCL, of what it has become, and this is the first LICC, and whoever wins will get, I believe the prize pool is $10,000, and whoever wins will also get laptops. So that's gonna be laptops. So that's super helpful in terms of studying, because you got a lot of projects, you got to move around, you got to travel. So what? Gaming and studying.
Yeah, no, just like totally.
Did I have that kind of tone?
Yes, you did.
Okay, fine.
Even the production guys are like, yeah, you had that kind of tone.
Fine, fine. I will arrange that.
Thank you. So, as we are just waiting for our teams to start, I think they're almost ready. Again, guys, this is the semifinals already. Best of 3 for these 4 teams. So, of course, first to 2 will win the game, and 6.21 is our patch. So, any notable changes? I think it's the release of IVE already. So
yeah,
we have the goodwill tree
the
out
goodwill
already to
tree,
use.
the really annoying brush making tree, where you can use it for sieging compositions.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing in the future like Ivern and Rengar would have some sort of synergy together, since he can make like brushes, and then there's also the assassin changes coming. I think by 6.22, 6.23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Assassin's Creed Talon, or what do you call this? Katarina with a really different
With her shuffle, with the juggling of her blades.
Yeah, juggling of her blades, and of course LeBlanc with at least they're using her what do you call that? Her clone.
Yeah, a bit more for
better in a different way now.
Yeah,
so
but
it's part of the mechanics.
They did say like the new LeBlanc is actually feeling a bit more stronger than the one before that. Plus, like having 2 minutes on the clone at least makes it a little bit more balanced out. Because if you have it like every 1 minute, that's too. I feel like too.
Yeah, it's actually
baity.
ready for always almost ready for every encounter or every gank that the enemy jungler has prepared for you.
Yeah.
We're really excited really excited for season 7, because it seems like there's so many complicated things that could happen, and I'm just a little bit worried for how these changes the competitive scene in general.
Yeah. Speaking of complicated, and maybe something to look forward to, the new ultimate skin that's gonna come out as well, the Lux one.
Yeah, the Lux.
Elementalist Lux?
Yeah, Elementalist Lux. I believe that an ultimate skin, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, normally.
Just what I said.
Oh, I'm sorry then. So anyway, normally in Garena, although I remember DJ Sona, when it arrived, it was discounted minus 200 RP, right?
Yeah, so
supposedly 900 RP, but then
around 20-30% discount.
Yeah, so 700 RP. So I'm wondering if they're gonna do the same thing for the Elementalist Lux.
Yeah.
It's the vibe.
Yeah.
It's the vibe. What was your favorite form?
I'm thinking. Well, in Avatar, I was a fan of Fire
The
Nation,
fire.
so yeah, Fire. The Fire one.
I guessed fire. So anyway, maybe the dark one for me.
Oh, because you're mysterious and
Mystical.
mystical.
Well, all forms are mystical anyway of Lux.
I'm actually thinking that's true.
Yes, because she's using magic.
But what about the Commando Lux?
No, I mean all her Elementalist forms, not all her skins.
Okay. I thought like all of her skins.
Yeah, no, all of her
Okay.
forms. Anyway, we're just waiting for the teams to be loading onto the Rift. To enter the drafting stage. And again, just to remind you guys, we're going to be watching the match between Vietnam and Hong Kong. So
Yes.
after that, we're gonna be seeing, I believe, SG and then China. Yeah. So for those of you who have watched day one, on towards day two, take your guesses. You can discuss with whoever you're chatting with, Facebook Live, YouTube, and you know, have some discussions on who is gonna win, and invite your friends to watch as well. So that's, I believe, /GarenaPH, youtube.com/GarenaPH. And if you want to watch from Facebook Live, you can just log on to the Collegiate League Facebook page of the Philippines, and then you
Oh,
can
sorry,
see
that
there.
was esports.garena.ph/stream.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So there. Right
Or,
after
you
I
know, if
said.
you're living in Taiwan, maybe you could just take the MRT and go to the stadium itself and watch
Yeah,
live. That would
Taiwan
be,
is lovely.
yeah, that would be way, way better to see, you know,
Live.
live
Yeah,
esports.
seeing all the energy, seeing them shout and all, do their shot calling. And yeah, for our team from the Philippines, did they arrive in the Philippines yet, or they're
I think they're still
staying-
there. Yeah, they're still watching.
They're still watching. Wow.
I mean, it's not really a long trip coming back here, so why not enjoy the festivities, even if
Yeah.
they are out of it. Sad to say though, but of course, still in a way, like I want to congratulate them because you already said it. LCL only was a local event, but then it shifted up as a international event.
International
when
event.
you know when you're the first placer, and then you go up against other international teams.
Yeah, it's just so healthy for the competitive scene to have more international tournaments, because it's really not enough to just battle your your local scene. It's really good to be exposed to the international talent out there, and it's good, not only for GPL, not only do we have King of C, well, at least now we do have LICC as well. I was about to bring up something. Oh yeah, if you guys follow the coach of our team,
TIP.
he met CivHD. So if you guys are a fan of CivHD, the League of Legends YouTube content creator, I'm a huge fan of that guy. He's actually there in the venue with them, watching the LICC live. I wish to meet him in real life. You know, his intro, like, what was it again? It's a CivHD with a really low voice. I can't mimic it because I'm a girl. I wish I could. But yeah, he really makes awesome YouTube content,
Yeah.
and he has always been an inspiration for most of the YouTube content creators. And he's gone a long way as well.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, HKC versus RP. Oh, so it's going to be China versus
SG.
SG first.
Oh,
Okay.
no, it's not. It's IVE still.
Oh wait. Okay, there you go.
It's
Alright.
it magically shifted.
Okay, magically shifted.
So it really depends on where their power threats are in terms of securing which is their first pick. So knowing that the jungle has a limited pool at the moment, we're at the 6.21 patch, and they've banned, in terms of jungle, they've banned Elise. So Rek'Sai is still open, Gragas is still open, at least for the utility side, but in terms of like having this poke or siege composition, at least IVE has already secured that Nidalee.
Yeah, Nidalee very strong on the early game, and look at the bans here from IVE. We do have the Tom Kench Syndra, so they don't want any of that sneaky or that long-range CC with her Scatter the Weak and the orbs on the ground. It looks like it could be the Gragas, like you said, as HUFI is hovering over it.
Yeah.
As well as probably the support Karma here.
Yeah, you can see what do you call this? You can see what Vietnam is trying to form here. I feel like they're trying to form a really explosive team fight sort of composition. So we might see a Caitlyn on their side. Maybe even I'm looking for a Jhin on IVE. Actually, IVE might want to get that Caitlyn for themselves. But Jhin is also a really good pick because she's really strong in lane, really good poke, and gets really explosive during the late phase of the game. So for Vietnam, it's not going to be surprising if they lock in maybe a Sivir, a Lucian.
Ho Morgana and the Jhin here for IVE, so that Morgana could actually go for the support role. And like you said, they're looking to be much more dominant on their poke, but with this Gragas, I'm kind of fearing here for IVE as they don't really have any safety with these three champs that they have already.
Yeah, no safety whatsoever. And they do have some sort of engage. They still do have the snare coming from the Morgana, but nothing of an AoE of some sort that is as reliable as what do you call this? As a Gragas ultimate explosive cast that can actually deal a havoc in terms of AoE. But for Jin, in terms of damage, they do have it, but I'm kind of worried on how they would start the fights. This could work if they really aim for lane dominance for IVE. This could really work. But once mid game comes and they do not get the kills that they want, they're just gonna need some sort of disengage because that's a cannon being locked in by Vietnam.
Yeah, Cannon or Echo, I think that would have been the mindset of HUFI to actually just reach the backline and stop this poke from actually dishing out the damage that they want. But IVE hovering over this Orianna could look for some wombo combo. Maybe the top lane, looking at it, Trundle, Poppy. That could be the case. I think Jace is too much of an overkill here. If the they're too, I think, easy to reach.
Yeah, easy to reach, and it's gonna be heavily reliant on snowballing their lanes and then hoping that they could, finish the game in time, because once everything from Vietnam manages to secure all their 2-item power spikes, actually they might lock that in. That means they're very brave about it. They don't have a secure disengage. They don't have a secure engage. They're gonna be relying on picks.
Haha, there you go.
Haha, Poppy. Haha. Yeah, at least they do have a solid frontliner this time around if they do lock that in, and they do. So it's pretty balanced in terms of what comp that they want to form, but still, at least they do have disengage. But it's still not enough in terms of protecting your backline, protecting the Jhin, protecting the Orianna. Once that Kennen gets that Proto Belt, gets that Zhonya's, you only need 2 items to get that really by mid game, especially if Gragas prioritizes ganking the top lane. Then Poppy might have a problem with this matchup. Plus, it might be a problem once they encounter the mid game, once the laning phase has ended. So, for Vietnam, I'm really liking their comp. It's explosive, it's safe because there's poke, and in terms of wave clear, because they locked that Corki in, they're not gonna be having a hard time. They still that double AD. They still have AP damage. It's very balanced. They can disengage. They can engage. I like what Vietnam has.
Yeah, they have a lot of mobility as well. As for IVE, unless every single one of them actually just runs into the dissonance of the Orianna, there's not a lot of mobility that they could use here. Maybe positioning is going to be very important here, as well as the 2 ultimates, most notably the Shockwave as well as that Keeper's Verdict. These 2, I think, would make or break it for the Hong Kong team. Vietnam looking to be a much more stable comp here, but I'm looking for Hong Kong to actually win it because I love their comp right now. It's much more intricate. It has a lot of damage output. If they can actually execute it properly during the early game to the mid game, their late game is gonna be very scary. Jace and Jhin and even an Orianna, that's a lot of insane damage output already.
Yeah, that's true. And I believe in terms of early game damage, where Nidalee can gank either the mid lane, it's still gonna be scary as long as the slow from Orianna hits, and then you can land a spear. And as long as the minions are clear, then that's a clear shot for the Nidalee to actually open up for the gank and get that Orianna rolling. But you do want that Jhin rolling instead of that Orianna, of course. That's more on relieving the pressure on Orianna so that she can farm well and not give way to the enemy Corki. But I feel like it might be a passive lane-ish until level 6. So that's a Corki and Orianna matchup in the mid lane. So I'm guessing the action is going to be at bot, especially Vietnam has a Graga. So if you get paired with a Karma and an Ezreal, that's going to be heavy poke. And if you poke enough, then that, with no sustain, take note, Jhin has no sustain whatsoever in his own lane. So that would open up so many chances for either a Kennen or a Gragas to actually pick up and get that gank in, and maybe get another objective, maybe even ward that bot lane.
Yeah, confidence play is definitely one thing here for Hong Kong to use, just because I feel like having Sing 21 on the Nidalee just to focus onto the top lane to get this Poppy rolling, I think is much more important, because if the Orianna and the Jhin survive in their respective lanes, having the Poppy as a huge has a solid front line would definitely solidify their composition. But before that, let's start off, guys. This is game 1 in this best of 3 again here at League of Legends International Collegiate Championship. This is IVE versus HUFI, or HUFI, Hong Kong versus Vietnam. So let's have a roll call of our players here. King 2G on the Poppy, Sing 21 on the Nidalee, No 4, or number 4 with the Orianna, and for the bottom lane duo we have Grenade, I'll catch a grenade for you, and Bubba on the Jhin and Morgana support and ADC.
And meanwhile, on the red side, we've got HUFI from Vietnam. In the top lane, we've got Nevin on the Kennen. In the jungle, we've got Blake on the Gragas. For the mid lane, we've got Tissus, I think, on the Corkin. For the bottom lane duo, that's Gunner on the Ezreal. And hey, ladies, on the Karma support.
Wow, Bubba actually hitting a initial Dark Binding there, but immediately eats out all of the damage output from the Ezreal as well as the Karma. So they're holding their ground pretty strong here. And looking at the jungle path, Blake actually having a faster clear than Sing 21, so he might actually reach the top lane before Sing reaches either mid lane or the bottom lane.
Yeah, and I'd like to add here, looking at the bot lane, it seems like in terms of sieging or taking down objectives faster, I gotta hand it to Vietnam because of that double AD composition with the Corki and the Ezreal, and of course the added attack speed bonus from Gunner as well. That will help out speed up the taking of towers and other similar objectives.
Right now, it's just the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
Junglers still alright with their positioning. You can see that it's actually Sing 21 having, I don't know, a slight difficulty with his path, but he's actually caught up to Blake right now, and it looks like he's actually positioning himself for the bottom lane, though you can see that Grenade and Bubba actually able to push out this, or actually just control this lane in that mid side. Maybe they're hoping that HUFI actually over pushes, and then that's where Sing 21 can actually go in for the gank.
Yeah, and I can imagine once level 6 comes, it's just so hard for having a Morgana support, and then you have a Jhin with little safety if you want to do roam around. So your chance of actually wanting to help out the jungler, your Nidalee jungle, because they don't have a hard CC to actually follow everything up. They only have the slow if they want to gank the mid lane. So if you look at it, the only window that Nidalee can actually, okay, hold on.
But now it's going to be the engage onto the bottom lane, as Gunner has to actually just try to blink away, and no summoner spells used aside from maybe just the exhaust. But now you can see that Sing 21 is here. Movement speed boost onto Gunner just to make him be able to escape there by just walking away. And looks like IVE got the shorter end of that stick, as it looked like HUFI had the more damage out, but Grenade very low in HP already.
Yeah, really nice body block coming from Hey Ladies just to protect his or her AD carry from the snare. Again, I would like to point out the only window that Morgana can actually go with the jungler or try to make something happen with the other lanes is when either Jhin goes home, or when the lane's a bit pushed on their side, or when the enemy team actually goes home. But here in the top lane, just a little trade.
Here in the top lane, you actually did see that King 2G did teleport or recall early, so that he will be able to at least buy up potion and the Ruby Crystal here for more, at least sustainability in the top lane, because this cannon's putting the hurt on him, and a huge wave right now. But Sing 21 is going to go here, still has the red buff, so he might be able to at least slow down Nevan right now. Nevan actually forced to flash away. They're trying to chase him on to the top lane, but it's not going to be the case. He's too slippery there with the surge. But now here comes Blake. He can actually just go flash in and body slam onto someone, gets a double, and they're going to be forced to go away. Sing taking quite a bit of damage. He has to run away, almost gets down with the shuriken there of the cannon, and survives as he clutches a heal onto himself. Wow, that duo clash, or duo skirmish in the top lane, almost making me iffy. But now King could be dived here, or dove rather. Blake and Nevan do have a ton of HP to work with, and King has no mana as well.
Yeah, it seems like Vietnam wanted something to happen there. It seems like they wanna still dive the Poppy because he doesn't have any
Speaking
mana.
of dive, there was a flash dark binding there, but then Tissus, all he had to do was Valkyrie away. That was a missed play there from Bubba. Although it could have been something, but now here in the top lane, Nevin a little bit too aggressive. He actually uses for a slice and maelstrom, but gets overwhelmed there by Sing as well as King. And now Blake actually using his own flash earlier on is going to get taken down, and that's going to be a double kill for the Italy. What happened right there for Vietnam? He immediately backfired there as he tried to actually go for King 2, but didn't expect that Sing is right there for the counter engage.
I think that was a bit cocky. I mean, it is still early into the game, and for an Italy to just Cougar form, she can actually just go back to the top lane if you stay too long. Normally, you just wanted to maybe block the minions, but you saw Poppy regenerating mana enough to stun you to the wall, get that one spell in, get that opening for Sing 21. So it was a bit awkward to look at for Vietnam to actually try something more, but then I feel like they got a bit greedy, they got a bit overconfident in that, and maybe they have learned their lesson and will not
Do it
do it
again.
again.
Yeah. This is a good start already, I feel, for the Hong Kong squad. Just because if you actually look at it, this is what I'm talking about. Having the top lane at least get some momentum already. He has the Poppy has the Bomby Cinder, 2 assists, even though there is a CS disadvantage. At least he's getting the items, and then you give an early game jungler 2 kills. That's gonna have a lot of impact for the Lily here. Showing himself to Blake there in the blue side jungle, but Blake actually taking the blue buff. So I think he wanted to give it to Tissus, but gets denied.
Yeah, that's true. So great pressure coming from Sing 21. That really boosted them to make more control, make aggressive plays, knowing that they have that 2-0 start for themselves. And even Gragas pretty much lost clear time because he spent so long in the top lane. So for Blake, because of that loss, Tissus cannot...
Oh, he hits the Dark Binding and followed up with the long range there of Jin. Deadly Flourish. Lots of damage already. Puts half health onto Gunner.
Yeah, that is correct. The problem here for, what do you call this, for the side of Vietnam in the bot lane, even though they do have really strong poke, it's so hard to follow it up because it's either really good shields coming from Bubba, or is just gonna be given the red buff? No, I guess not. That's gonna be for Gragas
I don't
for
think it's
additional
actually going to be worth
CC.
at all.
Yeah. Additional
Oh, but
CC
this
and
is
damage.
actually going to
What?
be able to... No! What was that? He actually still gets the Scuttler. I thought that the shrapnels there would actually have been able to kill the... what do you call him again?
The Scuttler?
No.
Which one?
Yeah, Scuttler. What's the other name for Scuttler again?
The Rift Scuttler, right? Is it?
No,
Are you looking for that other term?
Yeah, the cute name. I forgot.
What was that cute name again? You know what?
Yeah, we'll just come back to you on that one, guys. But yeah, still the steal from number 4. Oh, here comes the Keeper's Verdict going in onto Nivan there. Actually is out right now of his charge, but now slicing Maelstrom to stun too. But does he have enough damage to actually kill King before he gets taken down? Look at the damage though onto Sing there. But where was Blake in all of this one? 2v1 situation in the top lane, and that's going to be the 3rd kill for Sing 21. Keeping alive the dream here for the Neely, but here in the bottom lane, here comes the 2-man Soul Shackles coming out from Bubba, just to be defensive for his for Grenade there. Grenade actually being forced to use the heal to keep himself alive. Maybe could have died if he didn't from the True Shot Barrage, but still, this bottom lane has been action-packed 2v2. Nobody still has died yet, though.
Yeah, that was a perfect exhaust. The moment that the
Taunty. Yeah, there you go.
Taunty, okay. Yeah, that was when the Rift Scuttler first arrived, and then there was some message about Taunty in your chat logs.
I love it. I
Yeah.
forgot that name. I would call it Taunty again.
Yeah, anyway, going back to the bot lane, that was a perfect exhaust in time, just in time where the True Shot Barrage was released by the Ezreal. So at least Grenade did not take as much damage as expected by Vietnam. Anyway, it's really problematic with the Italy with a 3-0 start, and we'll probably see the first gan from the Gragas.
And you have to give it though to Sing21. He actually used the poacher's knife. Well, same with Blake, but he has been more hyper with using it. And look at where they position it right now. He's missing a couple of the curtain call shots there, but here comes Blake. He will use that explosive gas, and Grenade still survives. There's the the flash in by Hey Ladies, but no, Grenade still survives. How was that? Oh, it was the heal from Sing21, and now it looks to be another kill. Deadly Flourish to connect, but no root there. But here comes a two-man shockwave from number 4 from downtown. And that's going to be a 3-0 kill ready from the Hong Kong squad as they look to get the bottom tier 1 down. And all that HUFI can do, or all that Vietnam can do, is maybe just push this mid lane, put some damage there, but Tiss is already backing away.
Hong Kong is going crazy right now. Really good start for them. And this is working so well because
Oh,
they're
Navon wants to peek it, but here comes King 2 going in. Can he actually hit the stun? As he does! And does he have his ultimate there just to keep him in place? Slicing Maelstrom used defensively, flashes in from King 2. Oh, but he is going to use the Keeper's Verdict, slashes him in, one more slap. Bounty Sender, oh no, he survives! Where's the buckler? He gets it, and he even gets a shield back to survive. King 2 with the mechanics. Oh,
wow.
7-0 to humanity. We haven't even reached the 15-minute mark, and it's already a 3,000 gold lead for IVE, the Hong Kong squad.
Hong Kong is doing amazing in all lanes, and even as a team, their communication is there. They know what to do when Vietnam does this, does that, and I really like what King 2G did. He dashed in to the minion so that he will get more, get away from the tower. So that was a really good display of micro and mechanics. So going back to what happened in the bot lane, it feels like Vietnam is so greedy. You saw what Karma did. She flashed in.
Hold that thought. They're going to try to just re-engage here, but here comes a 3-man shockwave coming in from number 4. They chip them all down. Here comes Devon though, but it's too late. Everybody from his team has already died except for Gunner, but here comes the curtain call. It finds him through the edge of the bottom lane there, and Devon, oh, you're out of position, my friend. It is going to be the ace, as well as the Infernal Drake for Hong Kong. My goodness, this is looking to be a complete bloodbath for the Hong Kong squad. Vietnam are gobsmacked right now.
And the thing is, this is what Hong Kong wants. I mean, we already said that, you know, having an Italy strong early game and really, reliable, as long as they snowball, then they can easily take this game away from Vietnam. But the thing is, they're not giving Vietnam any chance whatsoever to try and group up. The moment that they try to group up, they're just too behind to start anything, especially Kennen. At least he got his belt already completed,
Yeah, the proto
but
belt.
without the Zonias, that's really another crucial item, especially if they're behind. So with that said, I think Vietnam should really wire properly, because it seems like they're trying to make things happen, but they don't have enough intel to make sure that what the results that they want to happen. So
Actually, yeah, that's
it backfires.
true. That's true. If you saw how much warding IVE had, or sorry, the Hong Kong squad had during the early game, it was twice or even thrice the number of wardings that HUFI did. There was a lot of wards in the red side jungle, in the blue side as well, and a ton of pink wards on their own entrances on their jungle. So this actually just allowed, you know, Sing21, who is already great at positioning with his Nidalee, to, you know, use this even more to their advantage. Got a couple of kills in the top lane, I think 3 already.
3 already.
And then, you know, spill that out into other lanes. And then no 4, all he had to do was just clean up house, get a double kill for himself, and now he's 6-0-1.
And especially with that Orianna, going back with what you said, 6-0-1, a lot of them are super squishy. A lot of them will build their defensive MR later on into the game. They would want to invest on damage first, of course. So this Orianna is just gonna get more. It's gonna get scarier in terms of, especially this number 4 or no 4. Okay.
I think number 4.
Okay, especially number 4.
Oh,
really
critical there though, into the bottom lane here. He's gonna hit the hit onto Hey Ladies, and here comes Sing21 plus no 4. Oh no, they are in a bad spot. Double shockwave yet again, and there's gonna be a command dissonance just to add some insult to injury, and of course finalize the kill onto the bottom lane of HUFI. The Vietnam squad but execution-wise, it is Hong Kong all day long. Blake uses his own explosive cast, but it's just only going to delay for a couple of seconds. Number four, sorry. I am number 4, still relentless for the pursuit there, but you know what? They're just going to be still and get this bot tier 2 for themselves. Look at that, 9,000 is the gold lead already. Game 1. And it's looking very grim already for the Vietnam team.
Yeah, the thing about the Vietnam squad, I said that they're the better siegers, but the thing is, if or in terms of defending against siege, they're not the best, because if Corky is not in the perimeter, then that means you're gonna be relying on the Ezreal or the support Karma to try and clear down the waves, and I don't think that's enough with what they have. I mean, with Oriana's item at this point, one dissonance is enough to clear a whole wave. So that would mean Vietnam really having a hard time defending, and they don't even have enough items to try and scare them away, to pressure them away, because they know that they can tower dive. They know that they can instantly, once they have a good set, all they have to do is rely on grenades slow on the curtain calls, and then that opens up for a lot of things. Either a Poppy stun to the wall, either, okay.
But they're trying to make something happen here. On to number 4. He's going to get the kill onto the cannon. But now he is a little bit in no man's land. 3v1 situation. Will be able to survive. That's going to be a no. And the shutdown kill goes into the hands of Tissus. But now here in the bottom lane, it's actually going to be a 1v1 with, there you go. That's going to be a Keeper's Verdict as well. Smashing in is going to be King 2. And the movement speed is just too great from him. Only the regular boots for Gunner. And another Iron Buckler kill for King 2. Put that 2 in his book. And like I said again, this is not looking good at all for the Vietnam squad.
Yeah, coming in, looking at what Vietnam has at the moment, they really have to consider what they want to do. I mean, in paper, it seems really nice, but I'm not a fan of the Ezreal pick. I'm not a fan of the Corky pick either. Maybe they could have, maybe took the Corky and then not take the Ezreal, or take the Ezreal and not take the Corky, something like that.
I just feel like the real issue here for HUFI, or I mean, the major issue here for HUFI would actually be the Gragas, because you can see that he's supposed to be the one who actually does a great setup. Yes, he actually did have a couple of good ganks in the bottom lane, but it actually didn't work out well because Sing 21 was always there to counter him, and it kind of made him go into a dry strut. Like, his mentality has been to just come up here when everything is done.
Yeah.
He's not trying to make something happen, and that's gonna be bad because, first of all, he's the tankiest member right now. Nivon, yeah, he has a proto belt, but no Zhonya's Hourglass just yet. If he goes in solo man YOLO mode,
yeah,
and uses a Slicing Maelstrom, he's gonna get blown up.
Yeah, just like what happened earlier by number 4 when he tried to initiate with a Slicing Maelstrom onto that Oriana, and it didn't work out very well. They did make a pick, but that's supposed to be no sacrifices made. That should have been a pick already.
Ho-ho. King 2G is building a Trinity Force on a Poppy, so he's going for damage heavy right now. I think IVE knows that they have a huge advantage and they don't care anymore what they build. Or,
Exactly.
they just want to go for snowballing items.
It's because, what do you call this? Team Vietnam doesn't have enough firepower to even fight them head on. So it's quite understandable. It actually gives room for more split push if you go for more damage heavy, and whoever wants to 1v1 the Poppy will not be able to win. So I think this is a good call as long as they do not slack off in terms of keep pushing or keep pressuring, as long as they don't stop. Because basically they do have a really huge gold lead already, and they're already, strangling all the resources.
Oh man, that's very scary right there. Shockwave being used. Number 4 did feel it like it was there, but Dissonance able to actually just chip them down very low. Tissus has to back away as the flank from King 2G might be too much for them to handle. And you can see that the wardings here for IVE very great, very good, being able to actually spot out Nivon on the sidelines, and then they immediately just back off. Playing this carefully but aggressively as well. There's going to be the Deadly Flourish onto Hey Ladies. But
you gotta say it in that tone.
yeah, you gotta say it in that tone because it feels like if you don't,
Hey,
it's
ladies.
yeah, it's not good. Like, hey, ladies.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll be seeing a sneaky
Oh,
camp
Gunner,
here.
he's gonna be. Oh, the death rush. Oh, the deadly flourish. Oh, the humanity. Sing 21 with the pounce, with the takedown. Just
Yeah.
brushes off Gunner in the blink of an eye. And now top tier 2 is looking to be a mighty juicy treat here for the Poppy. And look at this, King 2G is fearless going in. And now they try to go in with the counter, slicing Maelstrom. But will he survive? No, actually, he gets the kill onto the Morgana. It's actually going to be a pretty good kill there for HUFI right now, but King 2G is just having the time of his life, uses the Keeper's Verdict, and immediately pops. Hey, ladies, again, this is what's happening. Blake is so far behind. They get another kill onto King 21, though. That could be at least the reset that HUFI are looking for, but this top tier 2 is almost broken down already, and number 4 wasn't even there at all, I think.
Yeah, a 3-for-2 exchange and a couple of probably auto attacks left for that tower. Of course, the one who got a better deal out of that is definitely Hong Kong. Vietnam should again rethink what what they want to do and how not to be greedy, because there's so many I can name 2 instances where they were equal still against Hong Kong, but it's just that they were too greedy. One in the top tower where they overstayed. They wanted to, shove the tower, and then for the second time, the Karma, flashed in, wanted to get a kill. Maybe they should play a little safer and just, call it quits when the enemy team already has burned a flash or other summoner spells and gank another day, something like that.
This Dark Binding from Bubba, though, has been like 50-50 in terms of like where it connects. It could connect and get them a kill, but then sometimes it just whiffs. But now, playing safe could be a bad decision for HUFI, as the Baron
Bubba
is being taken down quite quickly here by the Hong Kong squad. Though they are backing off as they're not tanky enough. Even King 2G is not beefy enough to do so, but they're looking for the engage. There's the curtain call already hitting Gunner, getting a great stun onto Blake right now, and he will get taken down immediately. Not even allows to use the explosive gas. Too many CC, too much damage. And in the bottom lane, Nivon is at least going to be able to maybe take that bot tier 1, but at what cost? Mid and top are looking to be juicy targets for the Hong Kong squad.
The thing is, you see a cannon trying to split push, trying to get a consolation somewhere else in the map, when a cannon is supposed to be in a team trying to initiate.
Okay, KG, he wants the backdoor though, but now he's gonna get a little bit obliterated by Tissus. One more auto attack, and he will be punished. But now it looks like King 21 is looking to at least avenge his fallen comrade. King 21 very low in HP though, but his teammate Grenade is there to pick up the slack. Now this top tier 2 is so low. One more auto attack. They want it, but they're kind of afraid.
Just one boop on the tower and it's gonna fall down. Anyway, so they really want the tower. Again,
Boop
seeing
on the tower.
that cannon trying to make something happen. Okay, something happens
Speaking
again.
of making something happen, it looks like they're looking for a kill onto Bubba, and they will. So that's at least a pick-off for the HUFI squad. Still, they are down around, oh my goodness, around 8,000 gold already.
Yeah, that's true. But then maybe it's because they have room to make these kinds of mistakes, but then too many mistakes might
Backfire.
backfire too much. But it's just a couple of picks. But then in terms of who scales better, they're pretty equal to me. But explosive damage-wise, I have to hand it to Hong Kong, of course. It's just a matter of who gets the better setup, because as long as you secure or try to stun all those important targets from Hong Kong, those DPS, then as long as you limit it, then they don't have any damage anymore. Then you can follow it all up. But the problem is they do have...
Tissus is alone here in the bottom lane. He's going to get a little bit corralled right now. Uses the Valkyrie, the empowered Valkyrie, to be able to get away. But King 21, though, has to flash off, as Tissus does have the RFC and the Trinity Force by number 4. He wants some kills. Nivon, though, super low in HP. Just a couple of dissonance there. He flashes in and gets a 2-man shockwave. My goodness. Number 4 playing out of his mind. and gets a double kill just to clean up right now. And that opens possibilities here for the Hong Kong squad. Mountain Drake is up, as well as a couple of towers, maybe. Actually, no, only the top tier, the tier 3 remains. So this could be the Baron.
That was beautiful by number 4. You can tell that this is main. I'm really comfortable with it. I'm going to do some really flashy plays. And he did. He had so many beautiful shockwaves, and that last one was one of them. And now they're taking on the Baron. They're so confident. And let's see, with one member down and not even the package available for the Corki.
3, 2, 1. He's going to go for the hero steal, but no! Keeper's Verdict splashes him away. Nopey.
Yeah, despite the poke that they have, you cannot try that because, again, there's a Keeper's Verdict, and they are pretty much ahead. So they can just bait you into the Baron, and then once you body slam yourself into the pit, then you can just finish him off. So, again, it's all about Vietnam thinking of their next strategy because coming to the second game, because it seems that they should, have better decisions in terms of like, should we overstay, should we get more, or should we just back down? So I feel like that's what they need to work on. And with the Gragas, they did not maximize the early game Gragas at all. So
Yeah.
I mean, Jin could have been like the best target in the bot lane, but then it's so difficult because the Morgana shield is just there to protect. So what you do is you bait it out using the Karma, and then once, okay, hey, the
Yeah.
shield's on cooldown, then you can probably gank that lane. But it did not happen. It did not happen because Sing21 got the early lead, and they had to, run or play or dance with the music of what, this Hong Kong team is playing.
Yeah, but you have to give it though. The mechanics for the duo bot, Grenade hasn't died at all. Granted that it has been some clutch heals from Sing21, but Grenade has been sidestepping a lot of poke from the Vietnam squad. And I think it's just nerves right now that are making Blake miss all of these opportunities for himself. But my goodness, the damage onto Gunner there. The poke just from the jungler, that's already an indicator. If a jungler can actually out-damage you, you know that you're doing something wrong or you're on the losing side already.
You're on the losing side. 719 on Sing21. And they really, I mean, the Nidalee is already problematic. Plus Grenade with a 3-0-11, so clean. And then they have to deal with the Poppy as well. So many power threats, so many things to worry about on the side of IVE, and no response from Vietnam.
Speaking of things to worry about, here comes the knock onto the door of Team Vietnam by the Hong Kong squad, and look at Blake. He has to just, chub his way out of there. Too strong, too fast, too good from the Hong Kong squad. They're now going to be able to maybe take this bot tier 3. No ultimates anymore, no crucial ultimates anymore up for HUFI. And it's looking very grim for them. And here it is, the Baron push. This bot tier 3 is going to be no more. It gets popped off immediately. Again, no ultimates for the HUFI squad. And while that was happening in the bottom lane, top lane as well, is getting taken down here by King 2G. And there is a two-man shockwave yet again from number 4. Takes down Blake. Oh, he's still surviving with the heal from his ADC, but not going to be enough. 2 more kills for the Jin right now. And unless a miracle happens, unless everybody disconnects or something like that, it's going to be the Hong Kong squad taking game 1 in this best of 3 yet again, or now for the League of Legends International Collegiate Championships. What a game, and look at that. They have an 15, 16,000 gold lead?
Man, that's a huge lead. They got off with a good start, and then Vietnam did not have any response whatsoever because it's all about Hong Kong not stopping the pressure, and just they keep opening fights that Vietnam cannot handle, and it just snowballs. And despite making a bit of, small mistakes here and there, it's just because that they can't afford it. Their lead is just too much, and having the support die maybe once or twice unintentionally is just all right for them. It wouldn't damage their chances of winning whatsoever that game was.
Yeah, it's not really anything that could turn the tides of battle for the Hong Kong squad there. So there you go. That's game 1. Guess we'll be back later on for Game 2 and Game 3, if it does push to Game 3, because already we are at match point for
Yeah.
the Vietnam team. If they don't make the comeback, it's going to be Hong Kong in the finals.
Yes, that is correct.
All right, guys. So again, you're watching the League of Legends International Collegiate Championship. This is, I believe, the second day, or we are now
The
at the
third.
semifinals. Third day, sorry.
Third day,
We
yeah.
are now at the semifinals. We are your shotcasters. I'm Asarai, and here with me now is.
Riku.
So we'll see you guys in a bit.